And we're on. Hey, welcome to Faulkner Fixes All. Hey, suddenly it's like summer, you know? Suddenly it's 70 degrees out and I'm putting cardboard on the windows to make videos. Yeah, it's a nice day. Let's get back on this Traveler. I went to the basement of doom where girls Schwinns go to be parted out slowly. Oh, I hate to do it. But I did. I went down and I got this 3-speed wheel off of a Breeze. And I got some shifters off of a girl's Breeze. I'm hoping that it's enough that they didn't change the cable length to go along here and go to this wheel that's not here and down to the 3-speed. Let's take this crappy tire off of here. And you there with me? Yeah, you guys are there. This rim is dated 3 of 71. And this is a 63 Traveler. It's what we got. If we want a 3-speed to work, this is what we're going to have to use for today. I know this rim to be in decent shape. We get the tire off here, we'll spin it and take a look at how true it is. This tire is definitely an old Schwinn tire. And we're just going to mock it up and make sure it shifts today. Wow, yeah, that wasn't going nowhere. Where are you going? Yeah, where are you going? Where are you going? Nowhere. Yeah, I don't think this tire was going to go anywhere. Well, it would go somewhere for about 5 minutes. Yeah, no great loss there. That's basically a wall hanger. You know, it's sad because they don't make this quality anymore. You got to buy Kenda, and it's not the same quality. So bye-bye for this. And let's give this a spin and see how true it is. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's a little gummy. Hasn't been ridden in a long time. We'll put a couple drops of oil in here when we get it on the bike. For now, before we even put this on, we could put this gear on later. Let's just put it on and see if it's going to shift. Let's take this other wheel off. Still haven't put the grips on this bike. Yeah, if you're just tuning in because you saw the thumbnail or something and you saw a 63 Traveler, I got a lot of Travelers. And this is just one of them. We're taking this 5-speed wheel off. This was just a wheel that I used. This was just a wheel I used to keep the bike upright. This is just a 5-speed back wheel for Schwinn. And they have to stand up on their own if they're up in here. And the basement's one thing. But if they're up in here, there's limited space in here. There's a wood frame shop for my wife's artwork. There's welding going on. It's very tight. And if they're up here, they have to stand on their own. They can't be like I can't be tripping over them and welding and grinding. I put a piece of plastic over them when I do the hardcore stuff. Anyway, this is the 5-speed rim. We're not using that, obviously. Traveler did not come in a 5-speed. A Traveler was coaster brake, 3-speed, 2-speed kickback. I think you probably could have got a coaster brake 3-speed on the Traveler. I have to look in the catalog on that. I'm not quite sure. I think it was 3-speed, 2-speed kickback, and coaster brake. The 2-speed kickback was kind of like an automatic hub. You'd pedal backwards and then you're in high gear. I don't really like them. They're kind of crunchy in first. That's just me. Anyway, let's put this 3-speed back wheel on. We got stuff to do. I hope you can see. All right, this is off a 71 Breeze. It's in decent shape. We are just going to put some WD on the threads because it has been down in the basement quite some long time. We're not spraying this in the hub. We're just putting it on these threads. And let's chuck this on even though there's no tire or anything on it. And then we'll cable it up and put the 3-speed cable on and go from there. Yeah. Much handy for this. We'll change the gear later too. Right now we just want to make sure the 3-speed shifter is going to work. Oh, and yeah, on the 3-speed rims, you got to have all this hardware. You got to have it. You got to have that cruncher that crunches against the frame. And this inner one has a slot. See the inner one there? That has a slot to go on the inside of the frame. Same on this side. Same on the non-drive side. There's a washer to hold it against the frame. And there's this inner one, which notches into the frame. It goes to the inside. You got to have all that with a 3-speed. If you don't, it's going to loosen up on you. And we all know what happens when you're riding along and your 3-speed starts, the axle starts to loosen up. Well, I know what happens. I've been there. So you don't have to. I've made the mistakes, so you don't have to. So yeah, we're not putting a tire on this or anything. We're just mocking it up. And that way I can set the brake too. If I was smart, I would have put that big gear on. So we could put the, don't drop the wrench. So we could put the chain on as well. But I didn't. So I'm watching to see that inner washer and making sure that's going where it's supposed to go, and it did. Okay. We don't have to go hog wild on this right now. We're just mocking it up. Okay. Okay, yeah, that hub needs some oil, that's for sure. All right, let's go on to the shifter. So also on the Breeze bike, I stole some goodies here. I stole a seat post. I stole a shifter with a really nice cover. I couldn't resist. And this is an original cable that doesn't have the pinch on the end. You know, this is all original. So we're going to make one of these wheels go on the frame. There's a new fulcrum thing if I want to use it. I might go in there instead of this old one, which is already fallen off. So that's good that I have that. Yeah, we got to make one of these wheels work. So let's go back over here and I'll set you up in a normal situation here. Don't jostle the camera. Yeah, it's all me out here, by the way. It's my show. It's a no-nonsense show. Okay, so right now we're trying to get this plastic wheel to work. Right here, because that's gone. So let's get one of these plastic wheels on, and then we'll be able to see if this cable I robbed off the 71 girls bike is even going to work. On the girls bike, it goes to here to a clamp, down to a wheel down there, and then to this. So there's a chance that being this is a different frame, there's a chance it may not work. I ran into this before. So let's get a wheel here. Look, here's a really nice one. If I can get that one off. Oh, but that doesn't have the bolt. This has the bolt. And it's not the greatest wheel. I think I'm going to have to use this. It should definitely have a dab of grease in here too. We'll put a dab of grease in there. And then we'll tighten it on the back. Yeah, we're here. It's like almost summer. It's amazing. There is another cold front coming in, so I thought I'd get out here and kind of do another video real quick. People want to see what I'm doing. I don't know why. Okay, let's get a rag. Hopefully this is just some random wheel I grabbed I mean, it's a little chipped up. It's not bad, but I think it's going to work pretty good. And this bike came off of eBay. It was just the fork. Wow, that is a really small bolt. Let's try to find a wrench for this first. It was just a frame I got off of eBay. Wow, that is puny. I might have to grab that with a pair of pliers or something. Heaven forbid. Oh, I got something. I'm sure this is wrong. It's 1/4 inch, so it's probably millimeter size, maybe 6, 7 millimeter. Okay, let's get this on here. Yeah, I was afraid of that. It's kind of tight. What am I missing there? That might be the wrong one. I think the wheel is too... I think the wheel itself is too thick. This plastic part's too thick. Let's try this other one. You know, when you don't get stuff on the frame, you're really just taking a chance on eBay, like finding these parts. Let's take this one off. This is for a bigger frame. I don't have anything that's huge. It's bigger than that. So this won't work on a girl's bike, a Breeze. So we might as well cannibalize it. If the center is the same, and the center appears to be the same, and it's a little thinner, so maybe that'll be okay. Let's take it back off. I know, bear with me. We just got this bare frame. We know nothing. Yeah, see what's happening is that's pinching against this. Maybe there's a washer missing. Not quite sure what's going on. Oh yeah, I see. I see. We're supposed to have that on there. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That kind of keeps it on. Small little nut on here, man. This is giving me problems, folks. Dude. It's tight. I think I got it. Okay. I think this actually goes to the top, that little spring clip thingy. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll work. We'll tighten that up a little. Maybe we should get the cable in that first. Yeah, let's tighten it up in a minute. We got to get the cable in between that plastic piece and that. So let's wait on that. But we're good. I can tell it's going to work. All right, let's get the cable on. So we did sacrifice this. It does not fit Schwinn. It's for a bigger diameter. It's like for a rally or something. But you know what? We'll put this screw back in, and we'll throw it back in my junk, because you never know. You might need that. Somebody might need it. Not me. Yeah, I might work on a rally. I don't know. All right, so let's thread this in. We'll put this on next with our brand new reproduction piece, which is nice. I like to use the ones that are metal if you can find them, but good luck on that. So since it's a boy's bike, the holder actually goes up here, because you want the cable to run to that wheel there. You don't go down here. You could, but you'd have to put the wheel down there, and that would kind of be incorrect. So let's put this on. I can see the mark where it used to be too. Let's try not to scratch the frame. Okay, good. This little square bolt goes on this side because it catches in there like that. See? Man. Fiddly. Okay, we'll put this in right now. Put this in right now. The flat side goes against the frame. The beveled edge goes towards the front because that's how the cable gets situated in there later. So in we go. And I can actually see the mark where this used to be. So we'll just kind of ballpark it here. I'm pretty sure this cable will work because I can remember stealing them off of girls' bikes many times. And at the most, you just have to move this, you know, an inch this way or an inch that way. So we'll just leave it kind of snug for now so we can move it. And let's fish this through. Actually, we got to grease this. It's been in the basement a long time. Yeah, grease is your friend. All right, so this is an original Schwinn ribbed housing, is gray. We're going to try to go past this little gray protector stuff. There we go. And we'll expose this whole metal part of this cable. Right there. And that's all that needs to be greased really from here to there. So we'll grease that up really good. Real nice like. Okay, that's way too much. Okay. So we're gonna pop that back down in. Here we go. Whoop. And we'll wipe off that excess. Or shove it in there like that maybe. There we go. And look at that, it's greased all the way now. Sweet. Yeah, this has been down in the basement. We have to take that precaution. And we'll spray some WD in here in a minute too. All right, let's push this through. I already made a mistake. Imagine that. Let's just get this on real quick. Okay, I already made a mistake, folks. I'll show you the mistake. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. All right, so we got to get this through here. And we got to loosen this, take the fulcrum out, shove that in, put the fulcrum back in. That's why they have that little slot on the fulcrum, on the cable fulcrum, or cable stop, or whatever. So we don't have to take it off. We just have to pop it out, like that. And then we'll slide this through. You with me here? Slide that through. Okay. And when you get to there, that's why they give you the slot there, see? You put that on just like so. Boom. And back in you go. Bob's your uncle. Okay. Let's give that a little snug too. We got to snug this up a little bit so it doesn't fall out when we're messing with it. On some later bikes, I can't show you one now, maybe on the green bike there's a little plastic piece in between here, and it prevents you from over tightening this and chipping the frame like that. It's a little gray piece of plastic that goes in there. Let's see if the green bike has it. No, it's gone. This is the year to have it though. Usually on the 70s models, I must have chucked it or something. It's not there, but on the 70s model, it was a little gray piece of it. Some of them even, I think, said Stormy Archer on them. I'm not sure. A little gray piece of plastic that went in there. Okay, so we got that situated. Let's situate this. Stop jostling the camera, dude. All right, let's put this plastic cover on because I worked so hard not to break this and get it off. This bolt is a little crappy, but we're going to go with it. And this also has a special nut on the side, on the back, that is indicative to Schwinn and Stormy Archer shifters. It's kind of special. It goes on the back side here. You'll see what I mean in a minute. It catches that little tab. It's kind of fiddly. I think it was better out here in the winter when there wasn't so much sun coming in on me. I can't believe I'm complaining about the sunlight. Okay, I can feel it coming through. I'll show you guys so you know. See, it fits right there. It's kind of a special little fastener. Now, don't over tighten these. It tends to crack the plastic there. Just snug them up until they're, you know, you can barely move them. We still do have to spray that with WD. I did not do that yet. In fact, let's do that right now. You can use 3-in-1 oil if you wish. I just know this shifter, this bike that this came off of, was sitting a long time. Now, so now we'll kind of like run it through a little bit and make sure the grease is all happy. Let's tighten this up a little bit more. That's good enough for now. So now we're going to run it through like it's being shifted by the hub, but it's really just my hand pressurizing it. Okay, so I'm going to grab it here. Oh yeah, no problem with that. I don't see any problem with that at all, except there's WD-40 all over the thing now, unfortunately. Okay, let's go up to this wheel. And see, I didn't want to tighten that up yet because I got to get it under that little tab, and you'll bend the tab if you shove it under. But just offhand, it looks like it's going to work. It looks like they only made one size cable for quite a while. Okay, so let's loosen this up a little bit, and we'll get the cable behind that tab. Okay, see, now it's loose. And I can pop this gray part behind there without bending that little silly tab. Oh, yeah. And of course, the bike frame stand is almost in the way. It's close. Yeah, we might have to lift that up a little bit. Before we go any further, take this out of the hub. We'll put some 3-in-1 on that and put it back in, or light grease. I think I'm going to use some oil. Where's that silly thing at? I guess I could spray it with some white lithium too. Let's do that. All these various chemicals you use. Oh, man. White lithium, red grease, and you know, it's rough around here. Chemicals. Okay. All right, that's nice and lubed up. And while we have it out, just make sure this is good, because that locks down the whole adjustment thing. That looks pretty good. All right, let's put it back in. Goes clockwise. It should thread right in. Should thread right in. boy. I think this hub's definitely going to need some oil. Oh man, it's like frozen. Dude. Oh. Oh man. This hub is frozen, guys. Uh-oh. Our hub is frozen. Well, that ain't gonna work. Okay. We gotta put some oil in this hub right away. Okay, now I gotta find that oil. Give me a second. Oh dear. Bummer. Yeah, I guess that sat for a long time. Huh. Wow, that chain did not want to move at all. All right. Fortunately, there's no brand new white wall on here, so we're not going to spill oil all over everything. Yeah, I don't know, folks. It was a great idea. Maybe I should have tested that before I put it on the bike, huh? I know they have a special can for this, special oil, but any 10 weight sewing machine oil is fine. I'm loading it up pretty good. This is probably too much because that chain ain't doing nothing. Okay, let's see if we can move the chain now. We'll spin it around a little bit and see if it oils up a little. Wow, what is going on? We have a frozen hub, folks. I can't believe it. Why didn't I test this? I remember riding this bike and it was fine. Let's get a pair of pliers and really pull on it. This girl's breeze I took this off of has been in the basement probably 9 years. It's not exactly bike friendly down there. Don't try this at home. That is not moving. Dang. Maybe it's stuck in third. Maybe it has to go in. I'm not sure what's going on. It should be very easy to move, and this is not very easy to move. I make mistakes so you don't have to. Always test your rim before you put it on the bike. That sucker's frozen. Dude. Well, I'm wondering if it's frozen in first, like it's pulled out. This doesn't feel like first, though. It feels like third. It's acting like third. Wow. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to carry on like nothing happened and at least put this cable on so we know it's good. And it is. Of course it's good. And we have to move that. We have to move that collar back a little bit. Oh, folks. Make sure you test the hub before you put it on the bike. Okay. Let's see, that's tight there. Okay. This is back here. Oh yeah, we got it. What we don't have is a working 3-speed hub. Well, that's the idea, folks. When you have a working hub, you can take a cable and back wheel off of a working 3-speed. Let's just pretend this works, okay? Click, click, click. Spin, spin. Move, move. I'm going to have to get into this hub. Unfortunately, man, I really didn't want to. Wow, it is stuck in 3rd gear. It's not returning. I might be able to undo this and put a drift in there and kind of knock it back, but you risk damaging the threads. You risk damaging the threads that goes into. What the hell? Let's give it a shot, eh? We've gone this far, right? I make a mistake so you don't have to. It's a no-nonsense show, and it's my show. All right, let's, man, it is stuck like you wouldn't believe. All right, let's take this out. And we'll get a little drift, and we'll just tap it gently. We'll spray some WD in there. You're not really supposed to spray WD in a hub, but I have to try to unfree that piece. Let's get something to go in there. I have this little nail set. Not too big. I'm still looking, folks. Oh, there's this. Look at that tiny little drift. Too big. There's this. Oh. It has to be longer than that. Dude, what the heck am I going to use? There's a piece of rusty 1/8 inch. Oh, okay. Yep. What am I going to put in there? It doesn't look good, folks. I have to grind this down a little. Oh, there's this. Oh yeah, we got it. Let's clean the gunk and silicone off of that, and we'll put that in there and pound it a little bit. It's not the way to do it, folks. You're supposed to take the hub all apart. I'm probably just going to bend the end of this thing. At least it's not going to ruin the threads in there. All right, let's get a ball peen. Yeah. Wow, I should have tested this hub before attempting all this. Not cool. Oh dear. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is how not to do it, folks. Okay? You're supposed to tear the hub apart and do it the right way. And it's bending. It's bending. All right. Well, I don't think that did anything. I think it is frozen. Let's put the chain back in and try to pull it with the pliers again. I got a little movement. Huh. Where's the pliers? Interesting. You guys still with me? Did you give up and go to Vice Grip Garage or something? Oh! It moved. Oh, just a little. Oh, wow, it moved, folks. I did not think that was going to work. Let's give it a spin. I think it's in second right now. Yeah, that feels like first or second. Okay, we gotta pound that back in. You guys having fun yet? Yeah, we gotta pound that back in. It did move. You know, we had to give it a shot, right? Straighten our rod out a little. Oh yeah, that moved. All right, let's spray some lithium in here. Not great for 3-speed hubs, but we are in a desperate mode. We're trying to get this unfrozen. Oh, we got it, bro. I can't believe it. That's workable now. I think I can put the shifter on and just work it back and forth for a couple hours. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, we got it. Fear not. Fear not. Ah, we got it. First, second, third, all of it. Whew. I make the mistake so you don't have to. Never pound on a 3-speed hub. All right, let's hook this up. That's up in third. That's all the way up there in third. This is all the way back in. And we're going to go in. Just leave that kind of loose for a second. There it is. All right, this is a big moment. I'm going to go up here, and you guys watch back here. I might have to move this a little bit because the hub is a little bit sticky. All right, here we go. Oh, beautiful. Oh, there's first. There's second. There's third. Beautiful, folks. Beautiful. I don't have to get into this hub. It doesn't sound too bad. There's plenty of oil in there now. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Up and down hop, we might true some of that out. It's not too bad. A little bit of hop. We should be able to true that out. These brakes can be adjusted now. Well, the pads look like they're right on the money. We can put the cable on now, but that's another day. It's probably rubbing against that a little bit too. But we can take that. Once it's off of there, up higher, we can adjust this. We haven't broken anything. The hub's good. Let's tighten this up. We know that's where we want it. Good. And this is kind of where we want it too. I like them like a little farther from the grip. And you know, we should probably take some compressed air and blow that WD out of there. See, it's inside there. Press it. We'll do that later. We'll just let it soak in there. Okay, we did good. This is one of 71 hub. Oh, it is a 3 of 71, February of 71. That breeze, I think, is a June of 71. I took all this off. That's what happens in the bike world. Breezes get parted out. Girls' collegiates get parted out. It happens. Let's put the seat post in real quick since we got a second. I mean, man, this video is like an hour long already. Might as well put the seat post in. Seems to be a good one. Nice gunmetal. That's in good shape. I always kind of check here, even from the factory. Sometimes there's a little galling. Just make sure that's nice and friendly. Yeah, we'll put a little grease on there. And in we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's get a 9/16 and a rag. Yeah, use your Schwinn approved wrench. Yeah, always use a Schwinn approved wrench on a Schwinn. It's the only Schwinn approved wrench I have, folks. I look for them, but people want a lot of money for them. Let's take some of this excess grease and dab it on this bolt here. We wanna save. A feller could save on that grease. And this should be about an 1/8 inch down, and it is. A feller could save on that grease. And it's about an 1/8 inch. There you go. Sighting down, it looks pretty straight. Oh, you know, the one I took off that other bike is shinier. Yeah. Yeah, that girl's breeze had a better. This is a much better bolt. I don't have it in the notch anyway. It's not even in the notch. What am I doing? What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Set that on there for a minute. Yeah, girls' bikes are always stored better with parts not missing and taken off. Meticulously stored, usually. Okay, we're not going to put the final tighten on this. We don't have a seat yet. But that's the idea. That was all rusty. Okay. And actually, that was shinier too. I might even just switch that out. What do you guys think? Yeah. Look at that. Oh, man. What am I doing? Let's keep it going here. I learned from my mistakes. Use the complete bolt that you stole off the girl's bike. But now I'm not saving on grease. What's going on here? There's plenty of grease in the world. Okay, in we go. Okay, now we have a nice shiny S-bolt. And lots of new grease. Okay. The part stealing is complete. Okay. Okay. That about wraps it up today, folks. We didn't put this gear on. I will get to it. I will put that lower gear on. I will put the black grips on. Actually, I was thinking about this. I know Fred's going to watch this video. Fred, I will trade you these sparkly, beautiful gold sparkle grips for a pair of black Schwinn grips. They can't be cushion grips. And I'll show you the ones that they can't be. Okay, Fred. Calling out for parts from Fred. I don't want these. I want these, but in black without the sparkles. So you get, Fred, look at that. Aren't you rushing over here right now to get these? Those are really nice. Anyway, if you don't want those, then you have some black Schwinn grips. I'll trade you something for them. They got to be the standard non-cushion grip. You know, not this style, but this color. Not that style. Okay, folks, looks pretty good. We got a working 3-speed. It was frozen, but we got through it. We did get through it. And we made it happen. Second. Third. No really way to test it without the chain, but trust me, it's working. It's working a lot better than it was earlier. All right, so learn from my mistakes. It's my show, and it's a no-nonsense show. And learn how to make float frames, too. No, you don't have to do that. Yeah, it's looking pretty good out here. This green one's on hold for my buddy. We'll see what happens with that. We're not going to do any work on that. This black Traveler is looking pretty good, folks. We now have a 3-speed back wheel. This is a non-Schwinn wheel, and what we have to do is we have to take this. It's just a bunch of spokes on a hub, a Schwinn hub, and we have to string it on one of these S5s. Yeah, that's going to be exciting. I don't have another. That girl's bike down there was the last one I can part out. I really hated to, but I don't have another one that I can take apart. There's not much left on that one. I've been picking at it like a vulture for a couple of years now. There is a red and white seat, though, and it's a really nice red and white seat. And there's a bike over here that I probably will put it on this one. I'm not sure. It's not quite the right style, but it is red and white, and it's a nice one. Okay, hey, thanks for tuning in to Faulkner Fixes All. I have the sense that people want to see bike stuff. They don't really care about the welding and barn building. I'll throw a few videos in there now and then. Hey, keep it real, folks. The good people are the ones that are going to prosper, and good always triumphs over bad things. You guys are going to do great. Just keep working on your stuff. Look at that sunset out there. Okay, peace out. Don't feed the negative.